Scribd Audio presents Djinn City by Saad Z. Hossain. Narrated by Fajer Al-Kaisi. Chapter 1. A Full Account. The first persistent conviction of Indelbed's life was that he was poor. This was not in itself a surprising observation, for he was surrounded by the poor in a country notorious for being poor. It would have been a statistical aberration had he not been poor. The problem was that Indelbed could see certain signs of incongruity in his family's particular brand of poverty, minute and widely prevalent indicators that A. they had fallen from grace in some way, and B. his father had been responsible for this calamitous disaster not too far back, for which many members of the extended family still shunned him. They lived in Wadi, in a rambling building whose original outer shape was no longer visible. It had been covered by outgrowths, add-ons, lean-tos, television towers, dish cables, animal shelters, and other superstructures of such fantastical nature that no sane human could discern their purpose. Surrounding buildings had encroached on its airspace. The entire thing was a decrepit, jagged fire trap, one fatuous giant's stomp away from collapse. For as long as Indelbed could remember, his family had assured him that Wadi had at one point been a very fashionable area. Most of these people lived in the actual fashionable areas of Gulshan, Banani, or Baret Hara. Some of them lived in the semi-fashionable area of Dan Mondi, which was still much better than Wadi. The gate of the house was an immense work of ironmongery, gently settling to rust. It opened into what had once been a driveway and then a garage, evidence that they, or some progenitor, had at some point owned more than one motor vehicle. The approach to the house must have been spacious too, matching the ambitious width of the gate, but steady encroachment by shops, habitations, and boundary walls had narrowed the street into a choke point only several feet wide, capable of allowing, at most, the egress of the pernicious three-wheeler baby taxis. No car could ever squeeze through the gate now. When Indelbed visited relatives in other parts of town, and they deigned to drop him off, their cars had to park at the mouth of the alley and let him down on foot, right next to an open drain. This was humiliating enough, although in hindsight it was perhaps a blessing that his cousins did not have to approach the house, and perhaps meet his father by accident. Indelbed's dad was a perfect adornment to the—
Sample complete. Ready to continue?